Our next guest is performing at the Punchline San Francisco May 12th and 13th, making her Tonight Show debut. Please welcome the very funny Maddie Kelly.
How's everyone doing tonight? Thank you all so much. I'm Maddie. I'm 29. I think people think I'm younger than that because they keep asking me if I'm in school. All the time. Are you in school? No, I do stand-up comedy. Okay. You should be in school. The other thing about me is I'm half Irish and half Indian. Completely equal split, 50-50. But to be honest, I kind of identify with the Irish side more. I know. Just for an Indian person, I'm not very successful. You guys are like, no, you're on The Tonight Show. Indian people don't prize stand-up comedy. They're not trying to get their kids to be doctors, lawyers, engineers, or podcasters. But for an Irish person, I'm kind of killing it. My boyfriend's white? Oh, I thought you'd applaud again. Oh. I love my boyfriend. I'm very committed to him. And I think the reason I feel so steady and know I want to be with him is because before we dated, I dated a lot of people. Actually, the summer before we met, I was really dating, if you know what I mean. And I learned something that summer, which is that guys don't like to be tickled anymore. What's going on with this? The last time I was single, if you're in bed with a guy, you could be like, tickle, tickle. But now they're going, stop, I don't like that. And you have to stop, because we're trying to teach them about that. Yeah. Consent, it's not a big part of tickling. You tickle someone, they say stop. That's the game. If you get enthusiastic consent to tickle someone, don't tickle them. That's not a safe person for you to tickle. My Irish grandparents are also white, and I love them, but I don't think we would have met if they were not my grandparents. We don't have a lot in common. I told my grandpa when I was a kid that I worshipped Hillary Duff. He was like, you worship Hillary Duff? I was like, yeah, who do you worship? And he said, Jesus Christ. I was like, okay, so you get it. You have your guy, I have mine. At least my guy's still making work. My grandparents have taken to doing this thing where they invite their friends to our family dinners. You ever talk to an old person you don't love? It's really boring. Old people, they don't have the same small talk rules as my generation. It was polite to be boring back then, you know? You can tell, because an old person comes up to you at a party, they're like, do you still like ginger ale? Yeah, I'll get a ginger ale from time to time. Okay, we get them too. The waitress will bring them to you. Or you buy it at the counter and you pay for it there. Just based on whatever system they have. Of course, over the years, the label's changed. You want to be like, are you aware this could be the last thing you ever say? And they all have the same catchphrase, too. Why does every old man always go, good for you? They love to say that. They'll lob you such an easy question so they can say it. They'll be like, do you have an apartment or somewhere you live? I do, yeah, well, good for you. Little Mary Tyler Moore. And what are you, 5'6", 5'7"? That's the way to do it. Good for you. Good for you. Sometimes they lob in a spicier one, but they save it with the good for you. They'll be like, your mother is brown. And your father isn't. Good for you. My generation is not like that. Someone comes up to you at a party, they're like, I have always known I'm bisexual. And you're like, okay, what was your name? Good for you. Thank you, that's all for me. I'm Maddie Calloway.
Come on! Maddie Kelly! Maddie Kelly! See Maddie at the Punchline, San Francisco, May 12th and 13th.